Hello, I'm Randy Swallow. Welcome to In Your Neighborhood. For the next half hour, we'll talk county issues and District F issues with the man who represents the area, your Commissioner, Justin Jones. Good morning, Commissioner.
Morning, Randy.
We're here at the new event center at Desert Breeze in the heart of District F. This southwest district stretches from Summerlin to the California state line at Primm. Other master plan communities located in this vast district include Mountain's Edge and Southern Highlands, and the rural towns of Blue Diamond, Mountain Springs, and Sandy Valley. They are all part of this diverse district. Here's a quick look in your neighborhood, District F. District F is one of the most diverse commission districts in Clark County, a combination of rural and urban communities, ranging from the solitude and wide open spaces of small towns to some of the finest master plan neighborhoods, to cultural corridors where people live, work, and play. Chinatown is blossoming in and around Spring Mountain Road as a steady stream of residents and Asian American and Pacific Island restaurants, supply shops, and businesses continue to boost the economic profile and bring visitors to this area just west of Las Vegas Boulevard. The fast-growing Southwest is experiencing a major influx of people, parks, and development in places such as Mountain's Edge. Summerlin is another District F fixture, featuring custom-built neighborhoods and mixed-use expansion, including downtown Summerlin, which includes professional and recreational sports facilities, shopping, dining, commercial, and residential properties. New and existing parks include Desert Breeze, James Regional Park, Southwest Ridge, and many more, providing plenty of wide-open spaces with room to recreate, relax, and get fit. District F remains one of the best places in all of Clark County to live, work, and raise a family. Commissioner, we're here at one of your favorite places I know, Desert Breeze Park, and outside over your shoulder here is the event center at Desert Breeze. This place has been a long time coming, something you've really been looking forward to.
Absolutely, so excited. We are able to have our first season out here at Desert Breeze Event Center with some great community events, tacos and tamales, boots in the park. Just a lot of fun for people in the community who are looking for something local to get out and do with family.
So this is a concert venue, it's a festival venue, it can be anything you want, and again, in addition to bringing in acts, anyone in the community could rent this place out, possibly.
Absolutely. We're already looking at our fall season opportunities for the people to get out here, eat some good food, listen to some great music, and really just be part of the community out here at Desert Breeze.
And I think you said this is the largest outdoor space that we have in Southern Nevada for these types of events.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we know have a lot of fantastic venues on the Strip, but also people want to get outdoors, get out outside and be able to experience music and eat delicious food in a great venue that's right here in the heart of our community.
And I think the price point will be a little bit different, but at the same time you can get terrific touring acts in here because actually the building when here is actually kind of the green room, and there's spaces for tour buses to hook up here and everything.
Yeah, when we designed this facility, we really talked to people who are promoters for concerts and asked them what do they want to see. And so the facility that we're in right here, this is really the place where when we have those big acts come in, they can bring their tour buses in, they have a nice little green room, showers and other facilities so they can really have a great experience when they're out here performing for our locals.
Desert Breeze Park is a masterpiece. It just continues to create itself. Looking over your other shoulder, I can see there's, 4 new baseball fields coming there and an adaptive field. Talk to me about that.
Yes, this is so exciting. This will be the first adaptive field in Clark County for people with disabilities. This is a special field. It's concrete instead of your traditional turf, so that if you're in a wheelchair or you have other implements for people with disabilities, that they can enjoy sports like baseball, like softball, and many other sports that we're going to be programming out there. So just super excited. In fact, we were out there yesterday doing a walk of the grounds with representatives from the A's. And it's just very exciting for our community to have not just more baseball fields, which we were desperately in need of, but special opportunities for people with disabilities.
And the baseball fields will be for local little leagues or softball leagues and things like that as well?
Absolutely. We've got all the little leagues over here, Spring Valley, Piccoli. They are itching to be able to get out on these brand new fields here, in addition to the 4 we already have here at Desert Breeze.
Commissioner, District F, you're blessed with a number of parks here. Can you kind of bring us up to date on some of the other park inventory that you have in District F?
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited over the last year. We've opened up several more parks. We opened up Battleborn Park over towards Southern Highlands. We've had some great events over there. We joined with the AAPI community for a fun movie night recently. We opened up Eric Lloyd Memorial Park out in TP and Patrick, another beautiful facility for people in that community. And we're looking forward soon to breaking ground on our Bike Skills Park out at Warm Springs in Fort Apache.
That's pretty much one of one, right? I know you and I believe your son, you went to a couple parks in Utah or different parts of the country to see what a Bike Skills Park could actually do for us here in our community.
Yeah, again, something completely new to our community here. It'll have pump tracks, it'll have mountain bike facilities, and it'll have access to the trails that are part of hundreds of acres that the county owns over on the western boundary of Red Rock.
I know you also had an opportunity recently, Commissioner, to break ground or to start dedicating the Red Rock Legacy Trail. Now this one is for bikes and for hikers and walkers and all. Talk to me about that.
Sure, this has been a long time in the works. This was a work of Save Red Rock, an organization that was formed after a cyclist unfortunately died riding out towards Red Rock. And as a result of that, the county joined with BLM, NDOT, and other partners on what's going to be, when it's completed, more than 20 acres of multi-use paved path, so that whether you're a cyclist or you're a family wanting to push a stroller or you're a runner, you can get out there and enjoy the beauty of Red Rock Canyon that we know millions of people, both local and tourists, enjoy every single year.
Eventually when this is complete, so this will go all the way basically from the Charleston entrance all the way around to Blue Diamond, 20 miles, and a number of trailheads also being improved along there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're already under construction. We're building the trailhead parking lot over by West Tech in Summerlin, and that'll be the first leg, and then we'll keep moving forward with that trail along with the BLM and with other partners so that it really connects the communities of Summerlin, Mountain's Edge, and Rhodes Ranch over there.
Commissioner, I know you're a cyclist, I am too, but I'm not an e-bike guy. I'm just still old-fashioned with the pedal bike, but I know Clark County, we've introduced now some new e-bike ordinances. Let's break that down a little bit. First of all, there's 3 different types of classes of e-bikes. Talk to me about that.
Sure, this was a result of really a groundswell of concern in our community, not just in my district, but across the valley, of kids on these e-motorcycles that were really tearing up our parks and creating some fear with families that wanted to use our parks. And so we had a good community conversation, met with our law enforcement partners, and crafted an ordinance that banned these e-motorcycles in our parks and trails and put some limitations on e-bikes. E-bikes obviously are there are different speeds that they can go, and so there's different classes of e-bikes. And so we wanted to make sure that people who enjoy riding an e-bike can still do that, but also that they aren't speeding over an appropriate speed in our parks and trails.
We've seen a number of those incidents that local news have captured in some of the parks in Mountain's Edge and all in different parts of the entire valley. And to me, I guess I was kind of surprised or dismayed that I thought there would be more problems perhaps with the e-bikes on the road, but I mean, it's really been on the parks then.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got these teenagers that are popping wheelies on our roads, and that's definitely a big concern. Metro's done a lot of work in order to enforce on that. But we want to make sure that our parks are safe for all the families that are using it. And these e-motorcycles are just not being very helpful in that regard, and so we've banned them entirely.
There's a couple other components, Commissioner. I know now we've added, the ordinance has added headgear for certain cyclists?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're on one of these types of devices, an e-scooter, an e-bike, or an e-motorcycle, then you have to wear a helmet because it's for safety.
And of course, these are not vehicles that will be allowed in the Strip or the resort corridor.
No, definitely. That's not a place where we want any of these types of e-motorcycles. You know, we have so many millions of tourists that are here that are trying to walk down the Strip every single day, and they're just not conducive to that.
Okay, let's talk about another program that I know you're excited they had this summer at Clark High School and Cashman Middle School. It's the Community Outreach Opportunity Leadership. Cool summer program. Tell me about that.
Sure, that was it was such a great program for so many kids over by Clark High School. And this was a sort of a spot in town where there just weren't a lot of services. They're in between our community centers. And so we worked with Metro, we worked with the school district, with Boys and Girls Club and Vegas Force Foundation, amongst others, to really put together a summer program that was beneficial to the kids in that area. a lot of them didn't have a lot of other resources. And so this program really allowed them to do something fun, do something educational for a couple of weeks. And I got to tell you, we were at the wrap up last week, and the kids were just so excited. They got to design skateboards, they got to learn about personal finances, and really the kids and the parents were just so appreciative of the program.
Commissioner, I know out here in the Southwest there's been a number of traffic improvements. A couple of the more visible ones recently have been Fort Apache. We've talked about that a lot, and recently the new bridge at Blue Diamond and Jones. Talk to me about those projects as well as some of the other roadway improvement projects that are coming in the Southwest and District F.
Absolutely. We know the Southwest is just growing exponentially. We know that people don't love the cones, but the cones are really representative of our efforts to connect communities. And so the Jones Bridge is a great example of that. You had businesses and homes and folks that lived north of the Blue Diamond Road and had Southern Highlands and other communities that were south of that. And unfortunately, you kind of had to meander through in order to get from one area to the other. And after working with our Public Works team, NDOT, and the Union Pacific Railroad, we're able to get that bridge done. And I can tell you, I haven't talked to folks over there. They're just so appreciative of the fact they're able to get to their work, they get to school faster now, and really it's connecting our communities. Same thing with the Peaceway Bridge that we recently opened in the southwest part of town.
And that Jones Bridge then, that took a couple of years to build, and how has that helped other streets in that area?
Yeah, it's taken a lot of the burden off of Decatur, Rainbow, some of the other roads over there. We want to make sure that we have those corridors that people can travel down northwest, north, south, east, west, so that people can get to work, they can get to school, they can get their kids to their dance classes, and that's really what these road projects are all about.
Commissioner, Exploration Peak Park I know is something that is a great amenity out there in the Southwest, and new pickleball courts, and tell me some more about it.
Absolutely, we just cut the ribbon on that, and I got to tell you, the whole community is so excited for more access to pickleball courts. I got a young teenager who came up to me during the ribbon cutting and gave me a hug and said, "Thank you so much. This is his favorite sport, and he loves to play it with his family." So that's the kind of amenities that we want to provide in our community.
All right, lots going on here in District F, but we must take a quick break. We'll continue in New Neighborhood with District F Commissioner Justin Jones. Stay tuned.
I had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. It felt like I never even had a say. But then you came along.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Please volunteer 2 hours a week as a court-appointed special advocate.
District F is home to the popular Chinatown community. This area is home to hundreds of restaurants, shops, and stores, and other businesses that represent every East Asian country in the world. The epicenter of Chinatown is Spring Mountain Road, and this area is undergoing major changes to improve the walkability, parking, safety, and recreation for residents and visitors. Chinatown is located in District F. Commissioner, behavior health, mental health, homelessness are all linked here in Clark County, and I know we've undertaken a number of steps to help improve all of these things, which starting with something that simple as a 988 suicide and crisis lifeline. I know that's something that you worked on for a long time, getting rid of a 10-digit number to something a little bit easier to get people the help they need quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, this is an issue that's near and dear to my heart. I've faced my own personal struggles with depression, and I know there are so many people in our community that do. So working with the state, working with other partners, We were able to get the 988 line up and running, a call center built down here in Southern Nevada. And that's just part of the system of dealing with folks who are unfortunately in crisis. We also just opened up our crisis stabilization unit. That's really an opportunity for folks who are really struggling. Law enforcement goes to a situation, they don't really need to take that person to jail or to an emergency department. They can take it to a facility where they can really get that care that they need, stabilize, get access to medication and medical treatment, and really get back in the community.
Someone described that to me as an ER for someone in mental health crisis, and I mean that's pretty much what it is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You got access to people who have the training for folks that are in crisis. When you go to an emergency department, that's really focused on folks who are suffering from physical concerns. And so you're not going to get the same level of service in a traditional emergency department. So this is really focused on those that are facing mental health challenges.
What struck me the most is when I was out there is that for a medical facility like this, there's no beds. So it's a different type of treatment. I mean, those chairs are very, very comfortable. And I mean, it's a very welcome and warm space and with all the professionals that you need, but you put no beds and put these chairs in there for a reason, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The whole idea is that you're able to be in a place where it's comfortable, it's relaxing. You can really just come down from any mental health challenge that you're facing, get access to the right folks who can help you get access to outpatient treatment, inpatient treatment, or medication.
And as you touched on, this is going to help Metro, where sometimes somebody that is in crisis might be taking up a jail bed, or also with the EMS folks, they could be clogging up the emergency room. So this is a great deal for everyone as far as that goes.
It does. It means that you're going to get better treatment, better access when you go to the emergency room for a physical concern, but also, most importantly, helps out those that are facing those mental health challenges.
And a collaborative effort between Clark County, UMC, and other healthcare providers right now. The county purchased the building, is that right? And UMC will staff it?
Yep, this was a collaboration between UMC, the county, and also the state Department of Health and Human Services. They helped provide the money so that we could buy that building.
Now, shifting gears a little bit, the Campus for Hope just recently broke ground, a long-term solution for homelessness. Tell me a little bit about Campus for Hope.
Sure, this is again one of those things that I and the county have been working on for quite some time now. We know that there are so many people in our community that are facing homelessness, they're facing struggles with addiction, struggles with mental health challenges, and they don't have very many places to go. And we've been standing up a system that will better provide access to resources for them. And this Campus for Hope is really a partnership with the private sector, with the state, in order to bring more than 900 new beds and more facilities to our community here. Just a really exciting opportunity to really address the concerns that we have with people who are facing homelessness.
Another unique facility, I know this is basically one of one here in Clark County, and I believe we modeled this after the Haven for Hope in San Antonio.
Yeah, absolutely. I was able to go down to San Antonio the year before last to really check out their model, talk to their leaders. And I think the most important thing that we learned is that when everybody is in and headed in the same direction, that we can truly solve the problems with homelessness. And we're very lucky to grab their CEO and bring her here to Southern Nevada. And I think she's going to be a great addition to our community here, and is very much focused on addressing the issues of homelessness we have here.
Well, that's on Charleston. Let's go down the street a little bit to inspiring Spring Mountain and Spring Mountain redevelopment in the Chinatown area. I know that's something that has been you've been very excited about. Talk to me about that.
We're making so much progress over there, and the community is so excited for that. We were able to get the area officially designated as a redevelopment area. That means that tax resources from the area, when people spend their money there, is going to go back into the community, improve the roads themselves, improve the sidewalks, provide more safety opportunities out there. One of the first things that we're working on is a new crosswalk between Shanghai Plaza and Chinatown Plaza, and I think that's going to just provide a tremendous level of safety. And then we'll continue to improve the roads. We're going to have public art. We're going to have murals that'll be going up here very soon. And so I think the people are going to see just a huge transformation along Spring Mountain, not taking away from what they already have, but just really bringing cohesion to what they're doing over there.
Now, also some RDA funds will be going to support Metro, so the Metro will have more of a presence along Spring Mountain.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been working very closely with Metro. They have their SMART team that's focused on the Spring Mountain area. We know that people have to feel safe in order to spend their money and enjoy the delicious food, the delicious shopping options down there. And so we're working closely with them and perhaps have a more permanent presence for Metro on Spring Mountain.
Placemaking and keeping it a cultural hub that it already is, and just making it even more so is part of the vision as well, too, right, Commissioner?
Absolutely. We know that this was, a vision from folks from the past couple of decades, and we want to maintain that and just improve upon it. We want to make more wayfinding, so we want to have better signage when you get down there, so that you know where your favorite dumpling place is, your favorite boba place is.
I believe that was our last in your neighborhood, was at your favorite dumpling place. Commissioner, there has been countless community meetings on this. I believe the website is still there, but the survey is closed now. Can you just kind of give us what the timeline is, when it will be back to the county commission?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have the final version of the plan will go out to the public again sometime in August, and then we hope to wrap everything up and have the final plan for redevelopment coming out in September, October.
So that means then the crosswalk, and you also mentioned, or the one lane will be eliminated too. So that will help pedestrian traffic flow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all tied together. So we'll have 3 different projects along Spring Mountain Roadway. One will get started later this year, like as you mentioned. We'll start the repaving of Spring Mountain between Decatur and Rainbow starting early of next year. And then the third phase of it, which is the more extensive one, will be from I-15 to Decatur, and we'll be widening the sidewalks as part of that project, really creating a much more pedestrian-friendly atmosphere.
I mean, Spring Mountain has been such a tourist attraction, and this will make it even more so then.
Absolutely, and we want to make sure that there's access to public transportation over there. We're working with RTC and other partners to make sure that people can get there safely and really enjoy the corridor like we want them to.
Las Vegas Loop could potentially come over there?
Yes, we've been talking with the Boring Company, and they're very excited to put a station right in the heart of Chinatown.
Commissioner, down there, I mean, there's a gazillion restaurants there, and and other types of shops, and nearly every single one of them is a small business, right?
Absolutely. We have so many great small business owners down there. I'll give you an example. Lori from Share Tea, which is one of the best boba teas you can get out there. She grew up in Chinatown, and now she's opened up several shops down there and is looking to expand. She's just a good example of the small business owners that are providing great service, great product to our community here and to tourists, and providing small business opportunities to others.
We must take a quick break, but we'll continue in your neighborhood with District F Commissioner Justin Jones.
Every day, firefighters are called to help extinguish fires that start as control burns. Know the precautions to stay safe.
All it takes is a quick second, and that wind picks up and can fuel that fire.
Control burns are only permitted in rural areas outside the Las Vegas Valley. If you're planning a control burn, always alert the fire department. Never start a control burn too close to your home. Burns should be started in an open field at least 25 feet away from structures or combustible material. Only agricultural materials should be burned. Never burn building materials, tires, or garbage. Always check the weather and never burn on windy days. And burns should be attended at all times by a responsible adult who has the ability and tools to extinguish the fire.
We're talking about life and death. We're also talking about livelihoods and people's personal property. So when you lose your home, you lose things that you hold up close and tight to your heart.
For more information, you can visit moapavalleyfire.org.
District F is home to the Desert Breeze Park and Community Center. The Community Center boasts a well-utilized workout facility, 2 gyms, and hosts nearly every type of class and sport available. The park is a true urban oasis with thousands of acres of grassy areas for team sports and leisure. The Event Center at Desert Breeze has 6 acres of grass capable of holding 12,000 spectators. All of this is located at 8275 Spring Mountain Road in District F. And Commissioner, this Bike Skills Park, this will become a destination in its own self.
Absolutely. We know that we have a lot of kids, a lot of families that go travel to other surrounding states to have access to these types of facilities. And now this will be the destination for those families coming from other states to check out our new park.
What are you and the rest of the District F team working on the next couple months? What are your top priorities?
You know, we are doing so many groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings right now, and that's just to continue. And it's really those types of facilities like this one here at Desert Breeze and the new roadway projects that are continuing in District F. It's the fastest growing part of town, and we're excited for the opportunities to continue to provide great services for people here in Southwest Valley.
Always a pleasure to sit down and talk to you, Commissioner. I know we could probably talk another half hour about all your District F events, but it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Randy.
That wraps up this edition of In Your Neighborhood. Thanks to Commissioner Justin Jones for taking time to tell us about the area he calls home and represents as your elected official, District F. If you have any questions about this show or ideas for upcoming segments in your neighborhood, call me at 455-6357 or send off an email to rsw@clarkcountynv.gov. Thanks for tuning into Clark County Television. On behalf of our production staff, I'm Randy Swallow. We'll see you again next time in your neighborhood.